Okay, buddy, we got to do a video. We'll do more dancing later. Hello, everybody. Rest in peace, Andy Gill. Our next camera is the Chinon SLR. Somewhere around here I actually have the nameplate that says Chinon, and that's the actual name of the camera, SLR. It's kind of hard to find solid information on this guy. Collective Lens says it's from 1979. It may be earlier than that. It's kind of hard to tell. Chinon had some cameras that had a lot more features than this. They were earlier than 79, but they tended to reuse a lot of body parts and things like that. You can see there's a dimple here where there's no button, and I think this was double exposure on a different model. But this is a solid little shooter, even though it doesn't have a lot of fancy features. It's metered manual. It's center the needle, and to enable the meter, it's stop-down metering. You press down on this bit here, right next to the self-timer. There's a red light that warns you if your shutter is going to be slow. I'm not sure exactly what that is, probably about a 1/30th of a second. Uses a cadmium sulfide meter. It's originally powered by the PX625 or PX13. It's one of the 1.35 volt mercury batteries. It had one in it when I got it, and it had juice, but it was pretty old, so when I was out shooting with it, it started croaking. So I whipped out an old light meter and used that instead. So now I add to my pile of mercury batteries. I'll wait till Santa Fe is doing their, whatever they call it, forgiveness day. When you get rid of all of your crud under the kitchen sink, you can turn in mercury batteries without a charge. The self-timer is good for 8 seconds. Haven't actually used that. I'm a little gun shy about these guys because if anything's going to screw up an old mechanical shutter, it's the self-timer. Great thing, since the battery croaked on me, this thing works. All the speeds are purely mechanical. What you see in the viewfinder is just to help you get exposure. Everything works just fine without a battery. The mount, this is an M42 screw mount. I think Praktica started that, and then Pentax used it for a long time. It's an awesome mount. Tons of lenses and adapters, and the flange focal distance from where it hits the camera body to the focal plane is long enough you can adapt these to almost anything. It has a vertically traveling metal shutter. My back is a little bit stiff here. The speeds on the dial are from 1 second to 1/1000th of a second plus bulb. It's nice and crisp, and the speeds seem pretty accurate on this bad boy. ISO settings, and it also has this other window that shows you the DIN setting, is from 10 to 1600, and you pull up this little ring around the shutter speed button to set your film speed in there so the meter knows what it's doing. Has a hot shoe, not an intelligent shoe, but it'll fire a flash. And on the side, it actually has an M-Sync socket in addition to the X-Sync socket. I think I forgot to write that down. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that the sync speed is a 60th. It might be a little faster. I'll put that in the text when I edit this down. The lens that's on it is an Auto Chinon 55mm f1.7. It's 6 aperture blades. It's probably single coated. The later ones that were multi-coated, the lettering was in green. Some of them had orange, but this is an older one. Just like trying to find information on this, information on the lenses, nobody seems to be sure. Apparently Chinon would make the mechanical portion of it, and then Tomioka was making the glass elements for them. I don't know if that's true. It's really hard to find solid information. It is 6 elements in 5 groups, has a close focus of a half a meter, so that's, well, I don't know, 1.75 feet. It's a hair under 2 feet. I loved shooting with this thing. It is just a beast. It's heavy, it's solid, it's reliable, everything still works. I love it. It may be a keeper, because I've got a ton of M42 lenses, mostly Pentax, but I've got some old Soviet lenses that I really like. So this guy may be a keeper. It's pretty solid. In addition to the Chinon, I was also shooting with this old Quanta Ray. It's an 85 to 210 millimeter zoom. Goes down, or opens up to f3.8, and that's constant through the zoom range. And this front part is not the zoom, it's just an integral lens shade. That's pretty sweet. It does have a cool macro feature. You swing this guy over to 85 millimeters and then flip it back, and then the macro measurement here shows you the magnification level. It goes all the way to 1 to 3. It's not true macro, which would be 1 to 1. But 1 to 3 is not bad for, what was it, Ritz camera, I think, did Quanta Ray. I'll put that down in the text too. I have no idea who made this, but this sucker is really sharp. I really, really like this lens. Who'd have thunk it? A Quanta Ray, which people are like, meh, who cares? It's a nice lens. I like it a lot. That is about it. This guy is just bonehead simple. This ring around the rewind is just a reminder, let you know if it's empty or if you have black or white or color loaded. Tripod socket, mercury battery. I'm working on an adapter. I've almost got it done, so hopefully I'll be able to do something with that soon. This guy is a quarter turn. It's cool. It's not threaded. You just bip and out it comes. There's your rewind release. That's it. Doesn't get any simpler than that. Aperture on the lens, shutter on the deck, film speed, cock that sucker, you're ready to roll. So I used some Fuji slide film in it. Slide film is really unforgiving, and I did some really low light stuff, and this baby shined. I love it. So I will get on to the next camera before my slide chemicals get too old, and I'll see you then.